That was fucking awesome. For a Texas race in 2023, that was fucking awesome. Let's talk about it. The following video is made possible by 20th Century Fox. What's happening, everybody? Ross here, and just got done watching the 400-mile round of 12 beginner at Texas for the NASCAR Cup Series, and oh my God, what was it? A fantastic race for Texas. So, the Xfinity Series race yesterday had their second race of the round of 12, with, unfortunately, John Hunter Nemechek getting, I think, his 6th win of the year, taking the lead with 8 laps to go, with from Parker Kligerman, who had another great run. Parker Kligerman ends up second. Sammy Smith third. Chandler Smith, who started in the back, ends up fourth. Justin Allgaier, who dominated, had a little bit of trouble, ends up fifth. Cole Custer in sixth. Austin Hill seventh. Sheldon Creed eighth. Brandon Jones, the first non-playoff driver, ends up ninth. Brett Moffitt in 10th. Other playoff drivers that had issues: Daniel Hemrick hit the wall. Josh Berry crashed out with Trevor Bayne. Jeb Burton had an issue, and both Riley Herbst and Sam Mayer crashed out on lap 1. So heading into the elimination race for the Xfinity Series at the Roval, with this, John Hunter Nemechek joins Justin Allgaier as they're locked into the round of 8. Cole Custer's locked into the round of 8 on points. So that leaves Austin Hill plus 44, so he's pretty much good. Chandler Smith plus 32, he's pretty much safe as well. Then Sammy Smith plus 18. You got to watch out for him. Sheldon Creed plus 9. Daniel Hemrick plus 1. Parker Kligerman, even though he's been on a tear lately, still minus 1. So he's going to have a great run at the Roval. Jeb Burton minus 19. Josh Berry minus 27. He crashed out. Sam Mayer minus 34. He also crashed out yesterday and at Bristol last week. So it's going to be tough for Junior Motorsports and for them to move on. But Sam Mayer, his 2 wins this year came on road courses, so we'll see what happens at the Roval. And now for today's race at Texas, 400 miles. I thought it was going to be a snooze fest because, Texas lately has been probably the worst track in NASCAR. But, oh my, did it deliver. William Byron gets his 6th win of the year. He came out of nowhere to win this race. Restarted, 4th on the final restart. Made a 3-wide move for the lead and took the win. Ross Chastain somehow ends up second. I knew he was going to do well, and he was running well for most of this race. But, yeah. Bubba Wallace ends up third. What a run for Bubba Wallace today. After people were doubting him, saying Bubba Wallace should not be in the round of 12, and he's not going to make the round of 8, Bubba Wallace won the pole, led over 100 laps today, and was leading on the final restart, and comes home third. Incredible run for him. I'm pretty sure Chase Briscoe, who restarted second on that final restart, costed Bubba Wallace and Ross Chastain a chance at the win. So Christopher Bell, who had a really bad day, ends up 4th. His pit crew continuing to fuck him over. Denny Hamlin ends up 5th. Good points today. Highest non-playoff driver is Kevin Harvick in 6th. He was one of my picks to do well today. Brad Keselowski ends up 7th. Daniel Suarez, after spinning out, ends up 8th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. out of nowhere ends up 9th. Chris Buescher ends up 10th. Chase Elliott, who was running 5th on the final, who was running 3rd in the final restart, ends up 11th. Chris Buescher ends up 14th. He started second and was up front in the first half of the race. Carson Hocevar in the 42 Another great run for him, ends up 16th. Martin Truex Jr. ends up 17th after spinning out at the end of stage 1. And DNFs, or drivers who were way off the pace. Tyler Reddick won stage 1, but was caught up in that big wreck with about 15 to go with Austin Cindric, with Ryan Blaney, who was terrible the first half of the race, found his way up into the top 5 and then was caught up in the wreck. Same thing with Erik Jones. Erik Jones was, for most of the race, the highest non-playoff driver. Was running second for the majority of the second half of the race. Then things happened. He shuffled out and was caught up in the wreck. Kyle Larson, who was the restart, running pretty well in the first half of this race, with 8 laps to go at the end of the race until the caution came out. Ty Gibbs had a great run early, but DNFs after contact with Denny Hamlin on pit road. And Kyle Busch, who was also running pretty well in the first half of this race, with 8 laps to go in stage 1, blew a tire and crashed out. So heading into Talladega next weekend, William Byron locked into the round of 8. Denny Hamlin is pretty safe, 37 plus 37. Chris Buescher didn't have the best of races, but plus 22. Christopher Bell somehow is plus 20 still. Martin Truex Jr. plus 19. Ross Chastain plus 12. Brad Keselowski plus 8, and Kyle Larson plus 2. Bubba Wallace, after probably his best race, the best race of his career, still is minus 2. So, but we all know Bubba Wallace is great on the super speedway, so we'll see what he can do with Talladega next week. Tyler Reddick, his teammate, minus 3. Ryan Blaney, minus 11. He crashed out. And Kyle Busch, minus 17. Not as bad as I thought it would be for Kyle Busch, but just keep an eye on him. He's run well at the Roval before. He won at Talladega in April, so we'll see what happens. So that's it for me. Of the next couple videos will be NASCAR videos, but on October 13th, I'm heading to Madison Square Garden to see Queen and Adam Lambert perform. I'm very excited for that. So I will be making a vlog for that. So first trip to Madison Square Garden ever. So we'll see what happens. And we'll see how fun that's going to be. So, this is Ross Belkin signing off on today, Sunday, September 24th, 2023. And to all my fellow Jewish people, I'm Jewish myself, happy Yom Kippur. And see you next time.